Thank you, Ru. And I think that now that we've told you about our heart, we are really trying to get the rest of the university to be as passionate about design as we are. Now that we've done with the universities, we're moving to the conference, and I would like to introduce two people to you. First of all, I would like to introduce you to Professor Mugendi Mitwarita. He is the ICSID president, and he is playing a very much of a leading role in our faculty in terms of driving this the research area forward.
Thank you very much. On a brighter, happier note, it's so good to see so many friends. In fact, Marcel, as he was coming in, was saying he feels so much at home because he sees so many people he already knows. I think those of us that are passionate about sustainability end up being part of the same circle of reinforcement. So thank you. And then in the spirit of Ubuntu, I welcome you again. I am because we are, and I participate and therefore I am. So during this time, I intend to be as active as possible with your support and input. Yesterday I was actually those moments that occasionally you get what I call a screensaver moment, when there's nothing in your mind that occupies you and something fleets by, and you witness something that hits you smack between the eyes. And I was watching Al Jazeera. Okay, that's not the most passionate of pastimes, but I did see something that I'd like to share. And this lady from the World Health Organization was speaking about a report that the World Health Organization has just released. And according to that report, 92% of all people breathe unsafe air. 92%. So this conversation we're having obviously sits in a space where it's no longer a good to have. We have to speak about how this particular topic of sustainable and distributed renewable energy can actually ameliorate that condition, reduce the CO2 emissions, help the air get cleaner so that we can live longer and reduce those illnesses. Remember, tomorrow belongs to those who plan for it today. Okay? And if you don't want to get eaten by a crocodile, cross the river in a crowd. Okay? So this crowd here, I feel safe because that crocodile of climate change or the crocodile of bad air is going to eat us. But if we cross that river together, we can actually make a difference. So I'm very encouraged to be here and to say that we're in the right place. Just very quickly, one of the reasons why DRAW has flourished, and Aletia has alluded to the fact that it's got three very clear pillars. The supervisory role, which I'm going to tweak a little bit. The philosophical DRAW, which is based on the spirit of an ethos of Ubuntu, where everyone is equal and therefore there's no hierarchy. No question that is asked is too small or trivial, so we allow that space for robust dialogue. And then obviously the social DRAW, where we share, we break bread together, we eat cookies. In fact, the reason why I wanted to tweak the supervisory DRAW is because the teaching happens by default while the supervisors are eating cookies. So if students are benefiting, those are the good students. The supervisors are there basically just to make sure everything goes along well, and occasionally smile back and say something that demonstrates empathy. Okay, so having said that, CPUT has 7 research niche areas. DRAW contributed to one of them, which is the design for social innovation and sustainability. So the pillar itself specifically is called design for sustainability, and it looks at how issues like renewable energy, distributed renewable energy specifically, how issues of climate change can be ameliorated, and Håkan is in the space, so when I speak about design strategies for mitigating climate change, Håkan is a passionate ambassador and champion of that cause. But remember, the reason why we get into networks and associations is because we are stronger when we are together. There's a beautiful Somali proverb that states, be a mountain or lean on one. I say, be a mountain and lean on one. Everyone needs a mentor. Even mentors need mentors, and mentees can also mentor. I learn as much from my students, possibly as they learn from me. So it's something that I believe in. I believe that networks strengthen people's conversations, and they amplify the voices and the promising cases that emerge from those dialogues. So just very quickly then, I would like to welcome all the postgraduate students to this forum. This is your space. In the spirit of draw, you should feel free to interact robustly. I would also like to say that Lenses subscribes to what is known as a copyleft, and what is the other thing?
Open source and copyleft.
Thank you very much.
But in the Ubuntu
Spirit.
Learning by sharing, so actually living as a community, what we said is really
Excellent.
part of the Lenses ethos. Ubuntu is there, definitely.
And would you like to come and join me, because I'm very excited about this. This is exactly why these conversations happen. So it's open source in the sense that it's open, it subscribes to the Creative Commons kind of license, where you can share freely as long as you attribute the source. And copyleft in that you can tweak it to fit your specific condition and add to the commonwealth of knowledge. So we've got a number of platforms. CPUT joined Lenses in September of 2009 through a kind visit by Carlo Vezzoli and his team from the Politecnico di Milano. And we were very quick to realize that that conversation we're having was actually resonating with our own ideas and ethos around design for sustainability. And since then, we've been a core member of the extended network, and we've now involved, 4 universities in Africa. They're all represented here, from Makerere to University of Nairobi to University of Botswana and CPUT, as well as 3 universities in Europe. And it's an EU-funded EduLink project. So we have Brunel and Fabrizio and Silvia, Emily are here. We have Politecnico di Milano, led by Carlo, Emanuela, who's been a fantastic logistical and strategic support to our team here. I see the other Sylvia is also here remotely. Are you here as a friend or as part of the team? Okay, yeah, okay. And of course, we also have the Technical University of Delft, and JC's name tag is next to me, and I suspect he shall appear in the...
Just landed on the plane now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent. So JC is in Cape Town. That's a good start. Yes, it should be here. So then CPUT's commitment to DFS, I think, is because it's institutionalized, first of all, as a research niche, but also because we genuinely believe in that ethos. We believe that the matter of climate change is no longer a matter that can be debated. It must be acted upon, and acted upon urgently. We believe that we, as educators, should inform the next generation of practitioners so that they become more eco-friendly, more environmentally conscious, and more committed to matters like sustainable product service systems, and importantly, distributed renewable energy, and also how they can contribute to mitigating climate change. So those are the reasons why, as academics, we are committed to this task. And we believe that the future leaders and professionals who are the young designers, many of whom are here, have a very important mandate to take forth. Some of us dreamt dreams and articulated visions. You're the generation that will effect those actions and change the world forever, the world that we live in. I don't think that is a far cry. I've seen some fantastic work. Dashma and your friends are here. So the young designers are very keen. Corbin is here with Kwame and Raleigh and others. So we've got young people that are committed to this task. So let us support them and help them along. And let us be humble in acknowledging that, as the great African proverb says, we did not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrowed it from our children. So let's hand it back to them a little better than we found it, even though that might be a pipe dream. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And then secondly, I would like to introduce you to Carlo Vezzoli. He's the Lenses coordinator, and I'm calling him now to come and talk to you. Thank you.
As it said, I'm Carlo Vezzoli from Politecnico di Milano University. Silvia is my boss there. Thank you, Silvia, for it's true, for being here. This is even very important. It shows actually the commitment of the university into sustainability, and it's very important even for us, working on the field, to feel that the institution is there beside you, because if not, you are really, as someone said, really very scared about the dimension of some project, and I will say something about this. I would like to have the nice startup joke that Mugendi has. I have to take some notes because you're brilliant, you're always able to make people to feel comfortable at the beginning, but because I didn't take note and I don't have that much time, because I want really to leave the floor to Farid, that is going to be the first keynote speaker. I'm going to say a few things, and the few things are about the Lenses project. So I'm going to tell you briefly about that. I think I have only 120 slides, but I will cut down to few less. No, I have 17, I think, but I will cut anyhow. So was this to go on? Yeah. Maybe you know this. Have you ever seen this picture? This picture is a night picture, and what it tells. It tells that in some part of the world there is electricity to light, and in some other there are not. So there is a big inequality. And if we look at the number, these are from the World Energy Outlook 2015, we know that 1.2 billion people don't have access to electricity, and 1 further billion don't have access to reliable electricity. And where are those people coming from? Do you know? They are coming by 95% from sub-Saharan Africa and by low-income contexts and countries in Asia. And on the other side, we know definitely that the access to electricity or to energy more in general is fundamental for both eradicating poverty and for promoting a shared prosperity around the world. Because it gives lights to children to study during the night, education, we know as this is important, to pump the water for the cultivation, to refrigerate food and medicines, but even to have a health cooking. We heard some project related to this morning. But I give you again just about this few number. I don't know if you know, but 2.7 billion people are still using, low-income people are still using wood and the fire produced with the wood to cook. And you said, okay, we are barbecuing, that's nice. All right? It's not that nice. You know, today 4,000 people are dying because of the inhalation of fumes. 4,000 people. 4,000 people, which in 1 year is 1.5 million people. Okay? So this is one of the problems. I can go on, but I cannot. If not, I really won't stop. But luckily, this is internationally recognized by the international community. So the United Nations has declared the Decade on Sustainable Energy for All. There is a Sustainable Development Goal that has been set in December 2015 in New York within the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, that we have to take energy access by all in 2030. So when we are speaking about sustainable development, as we have been doing with lots of colleagues, JC and many other here around the table, since a while ago we were thinking about energy is quite important. Yes, we have to take this into consideration. Now more recently we understood that sustainable development is not possible without sustainable energy for all. And basically this is the framework into which the Lenses project has been designed and then implemented. Lenses stands for the learning network. Can I jump down? I know that not too much, not too fast. So I'm not able to stay too fixed. He said, please try to do the best. Hope. No, I'm joking. You will cut down this because I will look so stupid. So Lenses stands for the learning network on sustainable energy system, and actually the aim is that of diffusing capacity building for curriculum development and vocational training in African but even in European university on system design for sustainable energy for all. And these are the partners, I have to mention them, or they were mentioned already, so I can skip this. You read them there. Okay, go faster. Landscope. The Landscope is what? Is actually to promote a new generation of designers that are capable of designing sustainable energy system. And into the design community, this is not really there. If already design for sustainability is not in any university worldwide, and we have to do a lot, designing sustainable energy system is almost, I don't know, I don't see. It's really very difficult to it's a phantom. And so we have to do that. But in which way we want to do that? Throughout the building of a new generation of design educator and researcher, because then they are teaching to the designer, which will be the next professional that are then building the sustainable energy system society. Here we go really very fast. One of the assumptions is that we have to go towards distributed renewable energy, so move from very big plants using fossil fuels to very small generation units using renewable resources like sun, wind and so on nearby the user. And this is understood by many authors, and for sure even between us, as a key leverage for sustainable energy for all. And if this is a key leverage for sustainable energy for all, is even a key leverage for sustainable development, as I said before. Here I have one example, but I have to go fast on this. But this is a bit of a story why we can, before designing and implementing the Lenses project, when looking at the successful cases of distributed renewable energy, what we discover is that those that were successful were, and we discussed before in the colloquium, and so we understood even through the discussion with Fabrizio, we understood that actually, but this seems really similar to a sustainable product service system. This business model offered in Tanzania by Empower, it's like a sustainable product service system in a different context. And we have been studying, in 15 years in industrialized context, how this business model could have been interesting for reducing the environmental impact. They are business model, as we said before, in which, for the economic interest of the manufacturer, he said to the designer, you have to design a product with a low environmental impact. If not, I fire you out, because I get lots of money if I can do that, So economic and environmental interests are there hand in hand. But that was really very interesting to understand this. And based on that, we build up our research hypothesis, which is at the base of the LENSES project. So to apply to distributed renewable energy the business model of sustainable product service system. And so this is the research hypothesis. And why this happened, we said this before, because they cut the initial investment cost. I don't have to buy the solar panel, and they cut the life cycle cost. You know, many times someone has a gasifier or a solar power there, then it breaks, they don't have the money to repair. In a system business model, this doesn't happen, because the cost is on the shoulder of the provider, okay? And, well, there are even other reasons that makes this even environmentally sustainable and so on. But, as I said, I have to go faster. Well, then we are designer. So said that we have been working on consolidating and defining the characteristic of this research hypothesis. We have been working on the knowledge base and the know-how. What a designer should be able to do, and what are the tools that we can give to the designer to design a sustainable product service system, apply to the array. We make a synthesis, not to have this too long, sustainable apply, blah, 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 that it takes a while to 2 lines of a book to set everything. So we call it System Design for Sustainable Energy for All, with that acronym. And of course, we didn't start from nothing to develop this, because we already developed in the last 15 years a knowledge base and know-how and tools on how to design product service system to be with a low environmental impact. We couple this with all the knowledge that comes from designing renewable energy system in a technical level, but even as an economic model and so on, and we came up with this. And what we did, we ran a set of pilot courses in all the 4 universities that are partner, African University being partner of the LENSES project. A first round of pilot courses, we from Europe, JC, Fabrizio, Emanuela, and many other here. There are no other that were coming with us, if I don't know. Well, actually, we run those courses, a first round of courses there. Then we make a second round of courses, again, curricular courses into those universities, but we were not there. When I say we, I said European teacher. And then we have a third round of courses, and these were vocational training courses or lifelong learning courses and so on. So with company. Great. That was really a very exciting moment. The company, when we were presenting, these new tools, these new approaches, they were really very excited. Some of those, they were saying to us, oh, I had such a good idea. I don't want to show because we had different company, to the other company what my idea is here, because maybe this other company can steal it to me. So the reaction that we get was really, really very, very interesting. And of course, what happened is that while doing these pilot courses, we were testing and refining till the end of, there were 2.5 years or 2 years of courses, one after the other, so to have at the end the best of the knowledge base and know-how that we could have achieved. And what we did, and this is another key important part of the project, we put everything into our website. And I have to say something about the website. The website we developed, it takes quite a good effort, and I have to thank Emanuela for helping me in this job. When you have to speak with some software developer, they are beautiful, but sometimes they are really crazy, not respecting any time, as I'm not respecting my time now. By the way, what is different from other web platforms is that Here we can upload open and copyleft learning resources. Copyleft is the opposite of copyright, so there is, and we said something about that, there is one person can reuse and remix without paying and maybe mentioning the authors and so on. So what you can find over there, you will find we have video recorded each lecture of all the 3+4 courses that we have been running. So basically anyone can go there and can follow a course, a virtual course. We have used a special software to do this, and you can find all the slides and all the other stuff that are there. You find as well all the tools we develop, and even some other tools that we didn't develop, but they were useful for our methodology, and you can find there, even there are in open source and copyleft. You will find all the case study. We developed case studies at the beginning to understand whether our research hypothesis was good or not, so you will find those there. As well as, and this is important, we have been listening, student project. You are the new generation, okay? We can still try to say something, but it's up to you to really to change the world, all right? And the number of neurons are really reducing quite fastly. And so we have a space for all the projects of the students that were part of all the pilot courses. But here is what is important. Anyone just registering can download and can view for free anything that is over there. Whether it's a professional, a student, even a bad guy, a professor. But what is even more important and peculiar, because I said this is even targeted to the research community and to the education community, that any teacher can download whatever, a PowerPoint or a text or a tool, can remix and reuse, because of course maybe I've been making a quite nice lecture, but then I made a mistake about something, or I said something which is too linked to Italy and not linked to Botswana, where the sustainability agenda is different. So that can be reused to speed up the process of building a new course there. But then I will profit of the professor from Botswana, because he will be saying something and I will learn from him. So this is the idea of the community that we are trying to build up. Sustainability is something that we have to solve now. It's a critical problem. And so we have to find new way to speed up the system of of knowledge building and so on. So here is about it's introducing the lens vision. Is to promote I said design university because we are design university, but in general I would say university, and we are not the only one. Even MIT is not so important as we are, but they are doing open yes, a little bit, but on this, they are copying us on this topic, and no, it's true. I will tell you the story about that, and we will try to overtake with the little money we have. They have bigger budget, but we are proposing a new ethos for the community of university, and this is to shift towards a multipolar, open, and copyleft. Learning by sharing, distributed knowledge generation. Distributed because it may happen in different places, and it's learning by sharing because I can learn from you. I cannot, I'm not Leonardo that I can study everything, you know, I can know everything. So if you are united, and if someone else has studied something for me, why not to use this into mine, and then to criticize this, but we really have to be together, and then to disseminate this into the same way. What was anticipated by the Dean before is that the lens that I'm presenting now is not the only lens. We had a first lens founded between 2007 and 2010. It was, in that case, was only called LENS, the Learning Network on Sustainability. It was bi-regional with Asia, so 4 universities in Asia and 3 in Europe, and with the same ethos, open and copyleft, for building knowledge and distributing knowledge. This is LENS, and you know, I just said something about it, and this is the brand new, the one that is scaring me. Really, I say, when I won it, I wrote an email to Silvia. Silvia, I'm afraid I don't know if I succeed to build this, because this is, you know, it's fantastic. Sometimes European Union have some good idea. Before Erasmus Plus, they give the money to make only bi-regional projects. So we can have, like Asia Link, a project with the university in Asia, then after with the university in Africa, the one now, and then they say, okay, go around the world, search whatever you want. And we did it. But we did it with a numerosity of partners, which is 36 universities from Brazil, Mexico, South Africa, China, India, and Europe. It's huge. So what he said, it's true. I'm afraid no, but they are not only committed, they are really even friends that I had the opportunity to meet around the world. And frankly speaking, we have already started, and we are working really, Fabrizio, unbelievably fab. I don't know, it works greatly. Sometimes a colleague from Brazil is, you know, sometimes you have to say, please, you have to deliver this and blah, blah, because you are the coordinator. Now the other one is calling the coordinator and say, hey, coordinator, you are late in this. Oh my God. So this is, but to say that actually what we have been able to build was really a community of researchers that understood, because they are really committed with passion. The word passion is really very important, together with the scientific knowledge, with the passion of doing something, with the understanding that we have to do that immediately. We don't have time to lose anymore. All right? And so that actually is happening. And to give you an idea, now you will not be able to read the name of the university, but these are the lenses affiliated network that has been built. There are more than 50 universities worldwide, and some of those are part of the new lensing project, some other cannot be. Mariano Ramirez is here. Mariano, it's the leader from Lens Oceania network. They are too rich to be here inside, so they were not eligible country for being into the project. But we will be doing anyhow things together, and the fact that he traveled so much to be here, it's witnessing, it's a sign of this. So this gives anyhow an idea of how different they are. Not only university, they are even person within university, with the support, of course, of the institution beside. But it's really the hugest alliances of university ever founded by the European community. When I went to the Erasmus Plus meeting organized by in Brussels by the EU, our project, among the other, was mentioned like the one having the biggest, and we are designing with the biggest partnership. So if we are able to do that, and I'm really very confident in doing this, we have the chance, we as university, to change the agenda of design for sustainability and really to make this to happen faster. I should have been shorter, but I get excited about this. It's not possible not to do that. So I leave the floor to you to present the keynote speaker. I'm sorry that Farid had to wait a lot. But before giving you the floor, I just want to say one word about Farid. I met Farid in the first pilot course of the lenses, and he was so full of passion, full of enthusiasm. And he was saying, you know, to the student, you have to sniff, you have to understand where the renewable energy are. You have to harvest it, wherever it is, and then you have to understand how to make it, how to make this, you know, accessible to everyone. But in the way that now you are laughing at me. No, you know, but the people were, you know, like, no. So, I'm really happy and glad that you are here to open the keynote speech, and sorry for being so long. I'm sorry. Thank you.